Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, our party continues our palisade of punches, but before we begin that, we're fighting. They have like monk abilities. But before we get again that, other announcements on the channel. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Sprout stream. Now with half the Sprouts. Then, on Wednesday, Wild Ambition. Now with half the Honey Madeleines. And you can figure that out when we get there. Then, on Thursday, we're off. Emma's face. Friday, Astral Calling. Now with a full Luna.
Oh. Perhaps we've only ever had half a Honey Madeline.
Ooh, existential crises.
What makes a full Madeline?
Also, me finally finding out one of the illusions for Zoe's character on that stream when she was playing on it. I did not realize that Twitty Conroy was a country singer.
Yes.
About that.
We had collectively a whole conversation about that.
I didn't know that.
Head empty, no tater tots. Then, on Friday, Astral Calling, Spell Jamming Spectacular. On Saturday, Tabletop Bros. Will we have a calf? Join us this week and find out.
You ask me every week.
Then on I see their shadow. Then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op. I think we're down to Sarah this week.
Don't know yet. We'll find out.
If we are, it'll be me. I'm going to be doing some Coral Island. I'm going to be refining my techniques for that game. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, no, there's optimization efforts, and I'm glad you know them, because I sure as sheet do not.
I will learn to speedrun this game, much like I learned to speedrun Stardew Valley back in the day. What's wrong, Matt?
You're
Optimize, grind, optimize,
No, Matt.
and
He's
thrive. Goat.
purely doing this so that I can get to my merman that much quicker.
Sarah, I adore your optimism. This is just what he would do, regardless.
Oh,
of
no,
whether
I
Oh
or
no,
not
I'm
he's playing
100%.
Oh,
co-op.
absolutely.
I'm 100% doing this purely to help Sarah get to the mer person quicker.
You lie like a rug.
Then on Monday,
You lie like my nephew.
the Strike the Thousands AP, the show you're watching right now. Matt,
I don't know your nephew.
take it away. Or
My nephew is still in the single digits of his age, so like I'm not gonna do anything.
Wow,
Like...
so you're just over here dragging a fucking toddler?
Yes,
Man.
he lies like he breathes.
Dang.
Often.
Children
Get
have
him.
no shame. Alfie, I love you. You have no shame or principles.
that's
Flip it,
right,
flip it.
Matt's
God, I hope
brother.
he's not watching this channel.
He is no, he my brother and his wife have instituted a very responsible way of handling television. They don't get to just watch television. It's an event. They sit down to watch a specific show of a specific length and occasionally a movie. Though we tried to get them to watch the first Home Alone. At least one of them didn't like it. The younger, the little one, the little girl, she didn't care for it. She got scared. The
Aw.
Furnace. Because everyone, when they originally watched that movie, got scared at the furnace. Because that's why the furnace is in the movie.
There's children.
Yeah. But yes, hello everyone. Enough about my extended family proving that I don't need to worry about continuing the bloodline. It's me, the DM.
Matt, the dire wolf of his family.
Sarah and I just collectively.
Yeah.
Rough.
We are here to play the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. As we come to the very zenith of this campaign, they are enduring the waves of enemies, but we'll get to the specifics later. But first, we got to introduce the best and the brightest, our wonderful group of adventurers / teachers. And to begin with, we're going to start with someone who's wonderful little ball of sunshine in their arms. Sarah, please introduce yourself, your character, and for tonight, the special question is a relatively simple one. What is your preferred condiment and or sort of topping with French fries? Or if you prefer, tater tots, as was mentioned in the chat earlier. Oh god, that looks good. You've even got holders. You're such a civilized person.
How fancy. Hello, everybody. I'm Sarah Margaret, also known as Cosmic Deity 746 on Twitch, and I'm playing Charlotte, the naughty toxicologist of our group. And for me, if we're referring to as just French fries, nothing. I don't
Not
put
even
any-
salt?
I mean, I like salt on them, but usually they come salted. But in terms of like a condiment, I don't put anything because normally, long time ago, the only thing I ever put on it was ketchup. But then ketchup tried to murder me,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to stop with the ketchup.
How about
However,
catsup?
I will for sweet potato fries.
Ooh.
I will use mayo or spicy mayo.
A nice aioli, perhaps?
A nice aioli, yeah.
Fun fact, someone pointed out that ketchup is made of a fruit, has a certain percentage of sugar in it, and water. It is a sports drink.
Yeah.
Straight to sports drink? Straight to
What if it was
sports
a
drink?
smoothie?
We both.
Yeah, I still hate the fact that we consider it a fruit.
Hear me out.
I'm not beyond that.
Nature is a funny thing. But moving down my screen to our delightful bard, Zoe Pose, please introduce yourself, your character, and your preferred potato accompaniment.
So, my name is Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet, and I am playing, as Matt said, our bard. Sometimes she is delightful. Sometimes she's a pain in the patookie. But that's Ophelia. And for my, I think ranch. I think ranch is my solid condiment on potato. Because if I'm having it as a fry, it's delicious. If I'm having it as like, I don't know, like a baked potato, well, maybe cheese. I changed my answer. Cheese. Well, maybe cheese and ranch.
That's fair. You don't have to pick just one, I suppose.
the watching the wheels like turn in Zoe's head as she's going about the conversation was
like,
fascinating to see.
It's good with ranch, but it's better with cheese.
Jefferson.
Ranch.
Well, that too. So maybe both.
Moving on to someone who has now expressed an interest in cheese, perhaps, McKenna.
You may fascinate me with a
cheese.
piece of cheese. That's a McKenna fact. Hi everyone, I'm McKenna Raytinen, a cheese connoisseur, but only at Trader Joe's, and also a player of Avi Avi the Nick Tiro.
A player.
Huh?
A player, so not the only one.
Yeah, we've outsourced Avi Avi.
Oh boy, the tariffs on that are going to be crazy. Anyway.
Oh no. No, not the topical humor. It burns.
Yeah, McKenna Ray art on all of the socials, and my favorite topping, I think I have to say the Californian answer. I love
Avocado?
In-N-Out spread, and I like it on my fries. Is
Can
it
you
technically
elaborate?
Thousand Island dressing?
Oh.
No. It's In-N-Out sauce.
It's
It's
very
different.
mid.
I've tried to buy Thousand Island dressing at the store so that I do not have to ask for 6 spread packets at the drive-thru like an asshole. And they're not the same. It's not the same. If you guys can point me towards a Thousand Island dressing brand that actually tastes like the In-N-Out sauce, I'll buy it. But I've yet to try one.
Which
So
actually
fun fact, McKenna.
Oh,
When
What's
we
your fun
had
fact?
Target in Winnipeg,
when?
when for like 3
Good for
months,
you.
they sold a In-N-Out burger sauce that you could buy.
Interesting.
Yeah, like you could just buy it.
Was it like the In-N-Out brand or was it just burger sauce?
No, it was the In-N-Out brand.
Interesting.
Yeah, they
Wild.
were
I've not seen such a thing at my Target, and I do look.
Canadian Target got weird stuff.
Yeah, and then it disappeared.
Interesting.
Yeah, supply chain
Rest
issues.
in peace, Target.
They did not hit the mark with that one.
You're just reminding me of something actually. If anyone has a recipe for good, and this is specifically just for the sauce, lemon chicken sauce, like the kind that you would find at a Chinese
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah, I got you covered, Matt.
Because I would really like to try doing that. I have these fake chicken things that I would really like to do with lemon sauce.
Yep.
Do you want it to include actual lemons, or do you want it to be like artificial
I would prefer.
flavoring?
I wouldn't mind actual lemons, but I would also prefer not to have to do like lemon rind where you. I
Okay,
hate
so-
doing rind. I always somehow manage to skin my knuckles,
Oh,
and then lemon juice gets in it, and I'm just ow.
yeah.
The things we suffer for.
Yes, I'm willing to suffer for many things, not having my knuckles scrape. But last but not least, the man who apparently got the sauce,
I do.
Will.
I have a very good recipe for this sauce for you, Matt. I will get it to you at some point in the near future. Hello,
Be lovely.
my name is Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls here on the internet, and tonight I'm playing Igara, Gama, and Choco. And for my answer to Matt's question, I have to preface it with another question for you, Matt.
Oh,
How like weird am I allowed to get? Like, do
Just
I go like
speak-
full gourmet, or do I go like what is
I mean,
objectively?
don't
Because
spend 20 minutes describing the
it
recipe.
depends.
But, you know,
It depends
speak-
on the fry, right? Because like if it's a Wendy's fry, then the best like topping is frosty.
Yeah, I'm with
100%.
McKenna. I'm with McKenna's scowl.
But then also you could do like if you're doing like a regular, just like normal fries, what you can do is you can do that. You can take some Parmesan cheese and grate that on top of them with like a nice like little bit of either like a ketchup mixed with Frank's, or else just like some nice solid gravy, and then you're set.
All right. And who are you playing tonight?
I said Igor, Gama, and Choco already.
Oh, I missed it.
No
I was
poutine?
concentrating on the food.
I said no poutine for my Canadians?
Matt doesn't like it, and you know it depends on how good it is.
My problem is I like my fries crispy, so you
Yeah.
can't pour stuff in them. Also,
Well done.
I don't like gravy. I've never liked gravy. I don't even like mushroom gravy as a vegetarian.
Mm-mm.
And honestly, for me, my preferred thing, I was a little surprised no one else mentioned this. I guess all of you are more cultured and less basic than me. I just like a good white vinegar and salt. I like to
That's
put it
not
on.
a thing stateside.
Yeah, it's not a thing in the States.
I get a nice big plate of hot fries. I quickly put the vinegar on it so it almost evaporates a little bit. And you can almost smell the vinegar coming off of it. And then you put the salt on so the salt sticks to the now slightly wet fries.
No,
Tragically, very much not a thing in the States.
Yeah.
pretty much.
As someone who loves salt and vinegar chips,
Yeah.
I think I would probably enjoy it. But
I hate salt and vinegar.
Friendship with
it's
Sarah
too
over.
spicy
Oh,
for you,
no.
huh, Sarah?
It's pretty much
It
only
is-
think of vinegar when
It
you're doing
has vinegar has the worst aftertaste in the world to me. It is okay, this is great, and then like 2 seconds after I have devoured it, my entire mouth goes, "Wow, this is disgusting. Let's vomit it back up."
Oh,
Mm,
it does tend to burn a hole through the roof of my mouth, but I endure it because it's tasty.
We must suffer for deliciousness
Mhm.
sometimes.
Mhm.
But enough about hypothetical masochistic food practices. Well, why don't you go ahead, roll that ad break, and then we'll have our intro.
Now?
We'll be right back. Oh, Matt, don't worry. We have an entire Twitch chat to laugh at us now.
I told her I got the sourdough loaf from the black market, and she said, "Oh, I wonder what's in it."
My neighbor's kitty is.
Now, if it's anything like the one bagel store in Winnipeg, possibly cocaine.
Well, they didn't put cocaine in the bagels. That would be an incredible waste of money.
No, but it was a very funny front.
They put it in the schmear.
No, the guy just like the bagel shop itself had nothing to do with the drugs. It just the guy who owned the bagel place was like beating people in like his like parking lots and stuff. The bagel place was entirely adjacent like to the drugs. He might have been laundering money through it. I don't know. The bagel place is still there and he's in jail now. But anyway, enough about drugs. Let's talk about bugs.
How about bagel?
Oh, no.
Since your brain on bugs.
Now, did anyone ever see the movie The Bay?
No.
No.
Is a
Yeah.
Michael Bay film.
No, it was a mockumentary black comedy horror movie where chicken runoff from chicken farms being dumped into Chesapeake Bay was causing isopods to grow huge because of chicken hormones and steroids, and they were swimming into people and then eating them from the inside out, and it's like, oh, it's a plague. No, it's just giant bugs eating people
That's a
from the inside out.
conspiracy theorists movie.
It was kind of horrifying. I never saw it, but I just spent the day like reading about it. I'm like, oh god, this would literally be horrifying. It's like giant pill bugs crawling out of people and stuff.
Was it? So basically, what happens to oarfish?
Anyway, we're gonna deal with less horrifying bugs tonight. When last we left the best and the brightest, they were in the midst of an important ritual to attempt to bind the god bug, as we're calling it, essentially, that had been rampaging through the Magambia campus and causing all sorts of chaos. Just its presence was causing like were ants to manifest and bugs to go crazy. But you guys managed to endure through the first wave, which was a little touch and go at times, just because people are running low on spells and things are getting a little dicey. The big guns are spent. People are having to be creative. And someone, as a reminder, during every round of this combat, and once now in between combats, is going to have to make a check to keep the ritual going. So, we are going to have to do that before we launch into the next wave. So someone in the group is going to have to be designated as the ritual.
Yes, just as a heads up to you, Sarah, I have been basically using Charlotte to do all the mechanics.
But
Oh,
I can do it. I literally just need to not crit fail. And it'll be fine.
You
So as long as I have a hero point and
That's
a little bit of luck.
from years now. Years I have played tabletop games, especially war games, like anything but a 1.
Mm,
And
yeah.
then,
Yeah, never say that out loud. Don't invite that energy. But I think we were handling in between combat. I think people had gotten like one good slap of healing.
and then Eager bullhorned.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're a bullhorn. All right, so if you want to roll that now, I'm just checking if we actually did. No, I don't think you did it at the
No,
last
we did
end
not
of
do
fun.
it yet.
All right. So, but actually, we'll do this simultaneously. The bullhorn goes off, so you can roll your intimidation check if you want.
With guidance.
I will allow that.
Where did I?
I put it last.
I know.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm still allowing it.
Thank you for still allowing it.
Continuation, continuity.
Continuity. I even put it in my notes.
Continuity.
Guidance, 1 mile radius.
Also, McKenna, if you want, you can just roll that check now.
6 on the die face, but that's still a success.
Yeah. What does that become with a 6?
I think that's a 40.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
42.
Oh, Will rolled a
Ooh.
nice roll.
A natural 20 for a 55 with guidance, Matthew.
A 55, you say?
55.
All right.
Now, Matt, I just want to point this out.
Mhm.
we have the opportunity to do something really funny right now.
Yeah.
Because I have scared to death.
Yeah. I'm making sure I'm up to date on the rules for that one.
Perhaps I'm a little bit
Hmm.
slow on the uptake, but I'm not sure what you are proposing.
I should know, Will,
It has
that
to be within 30 feet. I know, it's so sad.
yes.
But
So,
say Livy. Which is
yeah.
why I won't be able to get to use this at all during this encounter, but
It for some reason now they give us a gigantic map.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now when you've used all your big AoE spells, and now would be a great time to use them, but I will
I
still
guess I do have a couple aces in the hole, but I was sort of saving them just in case something goes really wrong.
just in case something
Contingency.
goes really awry.
All right. I'm going to check the will DC of the creatures that are coming in on this wave. You rolled a lovely, what, a 55 with guidance?
Yes, on a natural 20.
I mean, that's going to be a critical success for the demoralized for all of the characters, so they are all going to enter this fight frightened too.
Great. I'm okay
Because-
with
So
that.
are those all pop-ups?
Hmm?
Yes, I've tried a new summoning website, and it's not good. I tried something other than archives, and I've finally just gotten them all closed. Which is a pain, but we're there.
All right. Well, with all our sort of instant pre-battle stuff done, we are going to move to combat, and I'm going to make the next wave visible on the map. So we've got 2 were-ant poisoners and one more were-ant disciple, and they are kind of spread out on the left side of the map, or right side of the map, pardon.
I will say now that I am airborne.
Oh,
How high up are you?
Give it
Okay.
about 30 feet.
30 feet. Roger that.
Roger
All
that.
right. Everyone feel free to roll initiative.
Huh, that's weird.
What's weird?
It just showed the Twitch stream back end for some reason instead of the Roll20 map.
How peculiar. Also,
Yeah.
Put a little colored dot.
That's very weird.
Oh, how weird. How funny, funny, funny. No crazy, no dung beetles. Are they dung
Okay.
beetles?
No?
Okay. Because that would be a load of shit if they were.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, the other foot drops. And finally, the.
Happy crazy. Did that joke work for you?
Did you like it?
I misread
Drug
the
beetles.
drug bagels.
All right.
Just one hilarity after the next. Oh, crazy! Since you were
Hi.
here, the little kitten, my mom checked the kitten out and she thinks she might have an upper respiratory infection. So that's something that we can take her to the vet and get some medication for. So hopefully I'll be
Aw.
good.
Baby.
I know I had yesterday's stream. I had to hop off for a bit to talk to my dad about that.
Okay, indoors. 19 on your initiative.
Hop off the doors.
He's got pep in his little mushroom steps.
Aw.
We are missing Igara?
Yeah, I'm doing it right
Okay.
now.
I was worried you had rolled it and
I-
didn't appear.
No, I'm
Ooh.
trying to figure out. I'm trying to plan things when I really shouldn't plan things.
What is it? I think it was a famous American president once said, "I have found that plans are useless, but planning invaluable."
You know,
Or
nowadays
that might have been.
we have
Well, no,
concepts of a plan here.
that might have been. No, Eisenhower did become president. I was about to say that wasn't a president. That was an Eisenhower, but no,
We're
he did
taking the
become-
hobbits to Eisenhower.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
That could potentially be a complex joke, but all
Potentially.
right.
Not yet, but maybe.
No, maybe one day. Yeah, we're gonna start with Endures in Darkness, who points to the slightly frightened but still charging in bugs. And ooh, does Endures have the ability to use anything big right now?
Are there only 3 of them?
There's only 3 in this wave.
Huh.
Oh. Oh.
The thing about this large map is that it's
Oh.
harder to get it to look nice for the stream.
Damn it. Wow, they really are far away. Damn it.
Yeah, they are kind of. I'm stretched out so I can see them where I am, and they are.
They're little.
Yeah.
They're little on the
Here
map.
they come. It's like that. What is the? Oh my god, I love that trope where it's like they're on the horizon, and it's like they're in the same amount of
Yeah.
distance each shot that comes through.
Oh yeah.
Closer, same amount of distance.
That's such a good bit.
I love that bit so much.
You know what? Endures is just going to run over and give Ophelia guidance for the upcoming performance check that she's going to do.
He doesn't touch me.
I don't think he has to, but he gets close to you and just passes his little gnarly wooden staff over you, and there's sparkles or something. So you get guidance. He's going to cast guidance, and he's not going to do anything else this turn, honestly. He doesn't have anything that can really hit at that range at this point. Igra, you're up.
Hello, I am Igora. I speak for the trees. Come at me, bro. I shall break your knees.
I'm
I've
good.
been,
Get a
I've been
hero
sitting
point
on
for that
I've been
one.
sitting on that one for a few weeks.
Whenever I hear like a druid or a nature thing starting to act like mean, I just picture a druid like hitting their hand with like a shillelagh, like, my favorite terrain is the streets.
Get out. Oh, Lord.
Arguably my favorite kind of misconception about some sort of druid from the city is that they're like, oh, you're a druid, you must be one with nature. I'm like, yep, and they turn into like a rat from the sewers or a pigeon.
I mean, there
City
was.
druids.
Did you ever watch The Unsleeping City on Dimension 20?
No, but I love that
It's Kagrash, the rat. He's a druid.
the
He
druid.
summons the spicy cockroach. Or the
Mhm.
juicy cockroach that has an aura.
Oh, the healing aura from the juicy cockroach.
Matt, Igora is going to get into position there. And then I'm going to use 2 actions to cast Moth's Supper on myself.
Oh.
Ooh. You sigh and your breath transforms into delicate black-winged butterflies and huge death-head hawk moths.
How?
Were ants,
Oh.
akumatize! Wait, no,
Rat?
wrong show.
Wow.
What?
Deep
I
cut.
went with like metalhead. I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have gone with the miraculous reference.
But in all seriousness, if you are all familiar with, like, imagine like a cape of moss just drapes around Igora's back. That's just me getting some sustain up.
Look out, Will. A doorway has suddenly appeared behind you with a moth on the doorframe.
Awesome.
Igora,
I am better than
Igora.
Oberon.
Igora, are
That
you
was,
saying
well,
that all of
that
the
was a
formal
Duskmorn reference.
Oh.
all of the formal events we went to, you struggled to dress yourself, and you pull this cape out of nothing?
I mean, it's literally feeding on my blood to heal me, so
Yeah, but it's cool as hell.
I know, but it's really
metal.
Moving on.
it literally is burrowing into my skin.
All right.
He is pain. He is pain, Igora. That's what
There's-
Ophelia told me when
There's
she
some
gave me
real
that corset.
substance to that argument that beauty is pain.
Wow, then all of my friends must be in chronic pain then.
Pain
All right.
is beautiful.
The Were Ant
Yes.
disciple is going to move 120 feet by moving 3 times, which will only get him to the very
It
edge of
does
the
explain
gazebo.
why Emily's in so much pain all the time.
He just.
Wow.
I mean, he has a 40-inch movement normally because he's a monk thing.
A 40-inch movement. Wow, that's crazy. That's like 3
Really
feet.
good for an inchworm.
That's basically my movement speed.
On
Like
the
a real life
map, it's
person.
40 You know what? Never mind. 40 feet.
Just joking,
Yeah, no,
Matt.
villain
You're in a silly mood tonight, evidently.
Anyway, Ophelia, you're up. You have guidance for whatever the next skill check you want to do is.
That's me. Thank you.
Or is it? Dun dun dun.
Ooh, let's do a performance check. 49.
Damn right.
49. That will be a critical success.
Wait, does
Hooray! We'll
does
keep the
Ophelia's
plus-
personality depend on how she does on these performance checks?
What? That's silly. What are you
That's
talking about?
crazy.
That'd be insane. Of
Stop being
something
insane, Igora.
years of a campaign. Let's see. So
Literal years.
spell
Literal
slots
years.
difficult. Spell slots very difficult. However,
Cast spell is hard.
How do I spell?
just had it open. Come on now. However, we still have our what is this thing called? Staff of Impossible Visions.
Ooh.
So we are going to make this thing have a vision of its own death. That will be,
Just
It's
a silly
Gamma
goofy.
eating them.
and that will be 10d6.
Hey, Gamma
of
only eats
wisdom.
Fae.
So
He doesn't know that.
blue, please make me a will save.
I will do this.
And I will remember how to roll in this. /R.
Yep.
Wow. That is a failure.
So it takes the full
it's-
32
It
damage.
will take 32 damage. And it is, well, frightened 2.
So it goes back. It was like, yeah, I'm down to frighten 1 at the end of my turn. Back up to frighten 3 now.
Good for them. It's what they deserve.
It's what Bug
It's
God
quite
intended.
literally that. I'm not afraid anymore. You hear me? I'm
Anymore.
not afraid.
Hold on, where is that from again?
Home
Home
Alone.
Alone.
Almost.
Right.
Matt fake fanning Home
All right,
Alone.
and that is my turn.
All right. Avi, you're up. We have one where Ant Poisoner, and then Charlotte will be up.
He caught himself.
All right.
I did catch
let
myself.
me-
I am capable of learning.
Roll that check real quick.
Not.
Well, I think that's a 9. Did that roll in roll 20? No, it did not. Well, it's a 3, but that's still a 39.
Still,
Nice.
a 39.
And I'm going to put up a little mirror image
Of whom?
of me.
It's
No.
defensive.
How revolutionary.
I know.
Oh, wait, the mirror
It's
image,
not one of
yeah.
it's not
Okay.
one of Ophelia's mirror bomb people.
I'm glad I didn't just accidentally delete you from the initiative thing either.
Me too.
If only we had some sort of like live log of what things were.
I'm gonna see what little icon is good for
That would be
this.
crazy. That would be
That'd be too
Um,
crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this little round thing.
maybe even pretty crazy.
All right,
But anyway,
that's
that's my turn.
all right. We move on to the first of the Were and Poisoners, which will at the end of this turn go down to Frighten 1. Oh boy, how much is their movement? Also 40.
Has anyone done the ritual this round yet?
I just did.
Okay, perfect. I'm
That's
always
why you
going to,
didn't move.
I'm
Yeah.
always going to call it out just to check.
Please do, because if you don't, things happen, and I prefer they didn't almost.
Did you do it? Was that for the in between rounds though?
Yeah, I did it for both. I did it just now as well.
Gotcha. Roger.
Rider. Charlotte, you're up. There are just bug things sprinting at you guys.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's closer. That's great. And that's nice. And that's swell. But also, they're too far for me to do anything about it. So I need to move.
Mhm.
Should be noted that it doesn't look like the poisoners can fly.
Hmm.
20, 30, 60? I think that's
They're
60.
not fly
Does it?
for a poison guy.
I'm just gonna take 2 actions to move.
Yeah.
Very
I can
glad
throw
I put
60 feet. Sure, I can throw 60 feet.
da 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 da.
Dun, dun, dun.
Charlotte, power!
Oh, now 46 with Bard Song at blue, and that is the Disciple. That will definitely hit. Not a crit,
You just,
but
you just see
definitely
me
hit.
do the like the shot put like from that distance.
All right, so that will be 6 acid damage and 10 splash for a total of 16. Actually, with Bard Song, a total of 19. And persistent, I will put a little icon on them for the acid burning.
Mhm.
Though at this range, the icons are really unhelpful. We need to
Fair
get
enough.
this
I got
get,
it.
need to get this map smaller. Did you move twice, Charlotte?
I did. That was
Okay.
my. I had to move twice to get to that third action.
All right. We move on to the final poisoner, who is also going to attempt. Yeah, he gets right to the edge of the pavilion as well.
No, crazy. I don't want to take negative 10 off of that. I'd rather use my moves to chuck it.
Bears in Darkness is going to move
I know my own throw
1,
strength.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's still not used to operating on a map this big.
You know, it's one of those. It's a rare challenge.
Well, it just takes a little getting used to with mental calculus, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Galma, you're gonna get guidance for next turn.
That's what she said.
Igra, speaking of,
A squared plus G squared equals
that was endures, by the way. So the start of the round again. So you guys did your check for that round. So
all right, so Gamma is going to stride. Okay, so Choco is going to get a free action command to go and stride over to here. Boom. That's Choco's free action. Does that put me within 5, 10?
oh no, the
No
pudding.
more.
You guys notice there's like funny magical elements in all the little openings in the
Pudding.
pavilion. That one looks like pudding.
Okay, cool. That's not should be within 30 feet now. Let's check. Damn, 35. Okay.
Now I want pudding.
See,
That's
see,
so
it's
mean of you.
deceptive.
Choco
It's
still
deceptive how
has-
big the
Choco
map
still
is.
has
mean.
5 more feet, so we're good.
I want
Choco
pudding.
will get to there. That will be within 30.
Oh.
So Choco goes there.
I would love to be able to learn how to make creme brulee.
Me too.
Get one of those little kitchen blowtorches.
So far, I've yet
For
to find.
Pito's wording, Matt, does the character have to be threatening or adjacent?
It just has to be threatening. So reach does work.
Within the 5.
And Gamma's going to stride to there and get into a position where they can protect Charlotte.
Fair
And
enough.
then I am going to use one action to protect companion Choco, giving them some boosts to their defenses. Then I'm going to use another action to look at this rare rat poisoner and say, Charlotte's tested her stuff on me. You can't do shit. And I'm going to use intimidation to demoralize.
On red?
Yep, on green.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I was
Yep.
looking at comma.
How'd I do, Matt?
That's
only going to be a 47.
that is a critical success.
Oh, is that a critical success, Matthew?
It is.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh. Oh me, oh my. Oh, what joyous day.
Mio Mayo, Cleveland, Ohio.
So sarcastic.
I need them to make me a DC. I need them to make me a DC 44
Oh no.
will save.
Hold on, let me do the math in my head.
Oh,
real
sorry, a
quick.
DC
yes.
44 will DC Fortitude
Fortitude
save.
save.
Yes, a DC 42 for
Ooh.
Fortitude save.
It's not impossible, but it is going to be hard.
Roll it.
45.
Oh.
Sorry,
Alright,
I got
so
an at 18.
The target becomes frightened 2.
Yeah. So
And
now frightened 3.
but wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
And I critically succeeded. And
Yep.
so he is now fleeing for 1 round.
This just prolongs it. All right. Anyway, God, he's gonna go just all the way back from where he came from.
Yep. Like turn around.
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? There he goes.
And that's my turn.
Oh,
Ophelia, stop being a bard for like 2 seconds.
Listen, on the off chance I actually get scared to death on one of these guys and just instantly murk
mean-
one of them, I think it's worth it.
He needed an 18 just to get a 45. There was a pretty good chance, but I'm just too good at rolling, man.
Man,
Oh,
I'm
Matt.
just too good at rolling dice.
just
It's,
two.
su- it's like the character from Charlie Brown. It's such a burden having naturally curly hair.
Peppermint Patty.
It is. It really is.
Also, McKenna, remind me, McKenna, I'm trying to think back to Nim's original art. You can draw like good curly hair, yeah?
I think I draw a pretty mean curly hair.
Okay.
McKenna can draw like 99% of things very well.
I'm thinking ahead to my next D&D character.
I have just posted in Rose's Discord some of the commission art that I did
I saw.
recently, and the blue hair is very similar to what I did for Nim. So if you like that kind of style of curly, otherwise I would do ringlets maybe.
Well, I'm trying to go for a very natural kind of potential look, something very Mediterranean, perhaps.
Something what?
Mediterranean. I think
Mediterranean.
I'll explain later.
Yeah, look at a hair chart and tell me if you're looking at like 3B, 4C, like
There's
fair.
there's
All right.
yeah.
curls for curl patterns.
By the by, where Ant Sentinel has to use 2 moves, just barely, but he does get right up to Endures in Darkness, and he is going to try and punch the poor mushroom in his face with a Carapace Fist. 36. That might hit?
Worse.
No, because he has 37 AC. He manages to get his little mushroom arm up just in time.
Yippee!
That's the only attack this guy gets to make this turn.
Oh my.
Ophelia, you're up. You just came up and saw the guy whiff an attack that Endures in Darkness.
All right. So we're gonna keep Bard Song up, and then we're gonna use Quicken Casting to cast Paralyze on the one who just hit Endures.
Can't read.
What?
Can he make me a will save, please?
I will certainly try. That's the one disciple. 44.
That is a failure.
Really?
Yes. So he is paralyzed for a round.
Ooh.
Is this just paralyze the spell?
This is paralyze the spell from the staff of
The
impossible
staff.
Visions, because we have level 1 spell slots that are not going to be doing much. So
mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All
So-
right.
We did it.
All
and
right.
since I use Quicken Casting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to shoot
Add insult
Probably
to
not.
injury.
him.
No.
Boom.
All right, Avi, you are up. Are you going
Okay,
to
let's
unleash
get
whatever you were
that
measuring?
check out of the way. It's another 3, so it's going to be another 39.
That succeeds.
God, thank God for legendary training. And then I'm going. Okay, I guess here's my question: can I shoot through the center from 30 feet up on high, a lightning bolt, and get the guy that just punched Endures in Darkness, but not Chitembe because it's at an angle going down?
Yeah, that's fine. Chitembe is... He's an uninteractable object.
Sweet, love
That's
that
so
for us.
He's the one who put us in
That's not
SAO.
what I meant to click. That's what I meant to click.
Kayaba!
Kayla!
Why did you do this?
So if they could make me that reflex DC of 44 or not make that for me, that would also be nice. That'll be going at blue.
Blue, you say. Reflex.
Blue, I say.
Reflex. Oh no. I mean, actually, hold on. He is paralyzed, so yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yep, it takes 32, 64 damage.
Ooh, that's a stack of damage right there.
And that is my turn.
Blasted.
Yippee!
Nicely done. We're going to move on to.
The
fleeing one.
Mother trucker.
Okay, so he's just gonna run all the way back over here.
And stay gone.
Well, probably not.
He's probably gonna come back, right, Igura?
Well, probably.
Charlotte, you're up.
If not a certain variation of one. Hi there.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Or
I've stolen Will's Wednesday catchphrase.
You stole Woody's catchphrase.
I
from
would
Toy
ask
Story.
that you, quite
Uh-oh.
frankly, leave my little mushroom. By the way, did he take that damage?
Persistent, not as of yet.
You know, say what you will.
He hasn't
about
had his turn
Endures.
yet, so.
Say what you will about Endures in Darkness. He doesn't leave much room for error.
Well, I would
We will do
honestly
that
go
damage
with
on their
that
turn,
there,
Charlotte.
so-
Please proceed.
We hit it with the inauspicious pito.
Poisoner checking their AC because I haven't done that yet. That will hit. So that's
Not
going
the
to
best
be
of damage, mind you. But that's also
11.
plus 3 damage.
Yep. And it's
Best
11
of
damage too.
It was the worst of damage.
Did you apply any poison to Pito?
No, I didn't say I did I?
It's fine. I imagine you meant to, so I will allow it.
Okay, so let's just go with the fact that it's probably this.
Ooh, how appropriate. All right,
Um,
so that's going to be. Now, we're
Class
not. We use your class DC, right?
Use my class
Yes.
DC for it.
All
This
right.
programmed.
And amazingly, the poisoners don't have any defenses against poison, which is funny to me. So that's going to be a fort save against your class DC, which is probably going to fail.
That will fail. So they get first stage of hunting spider venom. 10 points of damage.
No, my natural enemy.
A spider.
Myself.
And that is the end of my turn.
Poisoned. Doubly poisoned.
Doubly poisoned.
Actually, no, the other guy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the other guy was the one you were talking about for the persistent. Sorry. So that's going to be. Yep, guy in the middle's taking in some damage. We move on to that one. Who. Yeah, he's going to move in there and he's going to take the AO from Gamma, I guess.
Oh, an AO, you say?
I do indeed.
Striking belly bump, go! Go, go, Gamma belly bump. That'll be a 55.
Poof. That, on the poisoner, will definitely crit.
I would hope that crits. Are these a construct?
No.
No. They're not
Sorry.
constructs. Well, that's a shame.
Not as so far
You know,
as
technically,
any living thing is a
lycanthrope-
construct.
Technically, lycanthropy is a construct of like social. Anyway, so that would be 19, 20, 21. So that would be 42.
You couldn't even finish that.
Yes,
Right.
Well,
You
do they
didn't
have a
even-
gender, Matthew? Because gender is a
a
construct.
construct.
Yes, but that's not what they are, though.
Ooh, nice. So that will be 19, 20, 21, 22. So 44 plus another 20, so 64 points of damage.
Whew.
Back with the throwback.
Noise.
Another stack of damage. Nice.
All right. Then they are going to lay into Gamma. They're going to use 2 actions for. Remember this? Poisonous Flurry. 2
No.
kukri strikes and a mandible strike in any order. So,
Now, these do technically have map.
yes. But they get to do 3 attacks for 2 actions, which is helpful after a move. So, kukri the first, 42.
Hits does not crit.
All right. Kukri the second, hits does not
Hits
crit.
does not crit.
And the third attack will be mandibles. Nope.
Critically misses.
I am going to need though, 2. Is it venom? No, the envenom weapon just. Yeah, never mind. The envenom weapon just adds damage.
Hmm.
Da, 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 da.
So that'll be in total.
Total damage will be 21 plus 23. So that in the 44 slashing damage in total.
Okay, so not all of that goes through. That gets reduced by. Let's go to Igra for this one. Because I don't get to use this feat often. That gets reduced by to my Constitution modifier, so that gets reduced by 7. So that becomes 36 points of damage.
Yes. Though I imagine the 15 poison damage does go through.
Yes, but that will go through at the end of my turn.
Yes. All right. And that is the end of their turn. We move on to Endures in Darkness, who is going to take the opportunity to move away from the paralyzed person. Not that far, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they're just going to try and hit them with a cheeky little electric arc. Ooh, that's pretty good damage. Hold on a sec. I just actually have to look up. Paralyzed condition. Off guard condition. You have the off guard condition. Doesn't say anything about you not being able to use reflex saves.
Meh.
Paralyzed is funny. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
But
Move faster.
this guy is still frightened. I think he got bumped up to frightened 3, I think.
Which one?
The middle
Yeah.
one, though. He had a turn, so it would have been down to frightened 2.
Yeah.
So this save is going to be a -2 for the reflex.
Oh god.
But
My
I rolled a nat
Alright.
20 anyway.
is not big enough.
Sorry, Endures. Anyway, Igra.
So, Choco's free action is going to be moving to here
Mm-hmm.
with me. Thank you. Gamma is going to hold off on a second because Igra is then going to use Intimidation on the Sentinel. I'm going to.
You really want to scare someone to death tonight, don't you?
I do. So that's a 50 against their will DC.
That
Keep
is
in mind, if they're
probably-
frightened, they have a minus to their will DC equal to their frightened condition.
Yes. I think it was already a critical success because the disciples' will DC is 4. No, actually, no. Their will DC is 45.
Okay, so that's a regular success.
Yes.
So then.
Well, no, just a regular failure. Well, you mean for success for you? Yes.
Yeah, success for me. I only get stuff on a crit, right? So.
Yep.
Critically, okay. So nothing will happen. They'll just be demoralized for a round again.
Back up to 3, I guess.
And then we will have Gamma make a lovely little striking belly bump against Red. 51.
With Bard Song, will crit.
No, 51 is with Bard Song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so that will be 43, 44. So that'll be 24. So that'll be 48 plus an additional 48, 58.
62.
62 points of damage for the first strike.
Good, solid hit. That one won't hit.
5, yeah. I rolled a 2. I did roll a 2. And then that will be my turn.
All right. Move on to the Sentinel, who
Oh,
is.
and at the end of my turn, I take 15 points Well, no, it's not
Oh.
added together. It's the highest, so it would have been 8 points of poison damage. And I will roll my flat check.
Also, the other guy, the middle guy, failed his
I'm still poisoned.
persistent poison or persistent acid thing, so he failed that. So this guy, I think, will throw off the paralyzed at the end of this turn.
It was for 1 round, so yeah.
Yeah, he technically hasn't had a round yet to be paralyzed, so this was it.
Okay.
So that was his turn. We move on to Ophelia, and then Avi will be next.
That's me. All right. We are going to keep Bard Song up, and then we are going to cast using the staff Phantom Pain.
Oh no.
And
This is
so
so
that will be a will save, please. A will save of 47.
On whom?
On blue, please.
All right, that's still -3 because Will bumped his frightened condition back up to 3. So this is in fact only a 51, but that's still a pretty damn good roll.
It's not a crit
Yeah,
success
that
now.
was crazy. So then he does succeed. So takes the full initial damage, but no persistent damage. So that will just be 44.
Also, this is not me,
Boop.
McKenna. That's math.
That'll be 8 plus Bard Song.
11.
11, and then we're gonna shoot him.
As you're wont to do.
As we're wont to do.
That will definitely hit. So that will be 17 damagios.
Damagios. And that's my turn.
All right. Avi,
The
the person
damagios.
doing the checks, possibly.
Yeah, I will do the check first.
We're slowly making our way.
Beautiful. That's gonna be a lot
A
of
lot.
success. And I don't think critical successes matter on this, so
No, sadly not.
well, I can't hit blue without also hitting Choco, so I suppose I will go
Proud
after
of you, McKenna.
red with this
So
next one.
Sarah.
I mean, you can hit Choco.
It's like
I
you're
don't
casting a
wanna hit
spell.
Choco.
Looks like a little Jiangxi.
Oh, hop.
So if red could make me a save, that'd be great.
Throw some rice on the ground. They'll be forced to count it. Reflex on red.
I miss Ito.
I hope they're, frightened or something.
This one is frightened 2 currently, I think. Reflex. So it's a 40. So
That's a
failure.
Failure.
So that'll be 22 electricity with Bard Song.
I didn't roll very high this time.
It happens.
Hey,
Damage
it's
is damage,
still
though.
damage.
You guys are doing a
So
good
that's
combination
fine.
of debuffs and damage, so. Speaking of the Were-Rat Poisoner, though I think this is...
Were-Rat Poisoner.
Alright, Will gets a secret debuff.
There's a rat.
Is it at least a sexy rat?
Oh, look at this big piece of cheese. Oh. Anyway, they're gonna run back this way. That's their
Big
turn.
Piece of cheese.
I'm gonna have to wipe that from my brain. Thank you.
I mean, it's a good... Everyone loves a good piece of cheese except lactose intolerant.
Looks at Emily.
No, even lactose intolerant people love cheese. Don't let them
Yeah,
fool.
goat cheese.
They
Looks
just
like
And
Cooper.
Basque cheese.
Then there's... I suppose they could have
Canada.
vegan
Apparently,
cheese, too.
Daya, which is the cheese that I use, which is the vegan option, comes from Canada.
Yes, it does.
For now.
Canadian company.
Your turn,
Well,
Charlotte.
thank you.
Turn now is me.
I mean, oh god, what's that? There's a story or something about the master and the horse where the whole point of it is that you never know exactly what the future is going to hold.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, it's it's the parable of the master and the horse or something. It's about someone saying, "Oh, this thing has happened. Isn't that great?" And the master just says, "We'll see."
Would
And
you like to hear where the phrase "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth" comes from?
I would like to hear Matt finish the parable.
Is it a horse?
that's no, I'm not going to tell you the whole parable. It's a long one,
Aw.
actually. It's basically just the idea that you can never be entirely sure if a thing is good or bad. So you have to be patient and wait.
Mm,
It's
I
from
see.
the movie. Well, it was told to me in the movie Charlie's War, I think.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it had Tom Hanks in it and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Hmm.
It's a good movie. Anyway, sorry, Charlotte. It is your turn for poisons and stuff.
Really?
Yes,
I just plucked a whole extra cat off of my cat. Hold on.
that's right.
And now it's up my nose.
Don't you hate it when your cat has a cat?
Yeah, normally she shouldn't have an extra cat. She's spayed. Anyway. So she got insulted by that. She left.
Oh,
Anywho, I'm here and I might as well try and finish off this dude. Yeah, sure. No, I'm gonna hero point it.
valid.
That didn't do much better at all. Actually, did worse. So that misses. Clearly.
All
Wait a
right.
sec. Try one more time.
Hey, there you go.
You did better.
There you go.
And was that attack number 3?
It was on this guy.
Sorry, just to clarify, was that like a third attack or was that with a hero point?
So the first one was hero point that missed
Okay.
anyway. Second one was the second attack, and I still got a 43.
Okay, good.
That's the minus sign.
And that
Five.
is the second attack. All right, so 43 will
Yeah.
definitely hit, and I'm assuming that's on the blue one.
Yes.
Okay. So that will be 9 acid damage and then 10 splash damage. I believe you have 1 action remaining, or did you move?
I need to craft. So I will
Okay.
utilize
Nice.
And we craft, and we're crafting. All right, red. Red. Red is going to do a poisonous flurry. So that is going to be, there are 3 attacks. That's going to be Kukri the first, hits. Kukri the second, hits. And then Mandibles the third. Does not hit.
Misses.
Mandibles. Yeah. So that's going to be a total of 42 slashing damage, reduced by however much.
So
Eh.
it's reduced by my con modifier twice, technically, because each attack is separate unless they have the combined
They do not.
resistance clause. So it will be 10, so it'll be reduced by 10. So how much damage was the total?
It was a total of 42.
So 32.
Yes.
Alright.
And the highest persistent poison damage to be worried about later will be 11.
Fair enough.
And then I'm just going to shimmy around Gamma. So as
No,
to
you're not.
Oh wait, it's gonna step back. Actually, no, I am gonna try. Go ahead and try to hit me.
That'll
will-
be a 43.
Hit, but not a crit.
Cool. That'll be 20 points of psionic damage.
Fine by me. And also persistent poison damage on this guy. Let's try and check if we get out of it. Or I think it's acid or something. All right. I will be out of it, but I think I still take the persistent once this turn. So Sarah, if you could roll that for me.
Yes. That would be a 3d6. 4. Just 4.
Damage is damage, and I will remove the poisoned icon from them. They are now frightened 1. Endures in Darkness is facing someone right in front of them. They're just going to do another cheeky, yeah, another little cheeky electric arc. It's going to be a reflex save on the poisoner. Which they succeed, but not critically. So they're going to take, it was 35 with Bard Song, 34. So that's going to be 17 electricity damage, or lightning damage, or whatever. And then Endures is going to move up just slightly to be more in line with Charlotte and away from the poisoner. Igara, you are up. Ophelia will be up next after the Sentinel, assuming they live or something.
Well, time to have some dancing, Igara. So we are going to Choco's free action stride to there.
Okay.
Boop. Igara is going to intimidate Red. That will be a hero point. Oh, no wonder that's Gamma's. Jesus. Wrong one. What's a Gamma roll?
Gamma's too big. And
Yeah,
cute
I'm still
be
going to hero point it
intimidating.
because it was only a 3.
Okay.
So that'll be a 50.
That will definitely crit.
Great. I need them to make me a fortitude save. DC 44.
They're frightened 1.
They're more than frightened 1 because I critically succeeded.
Well, that also too, yeah.
Which means that they, well, for scared to death, they have frightened 2. Oh, Matt,
Yes.
is that one already frightened?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So it did
Failed.
not get a 44.
No,
It
didn't.
got a 43.
It did.
Which means that the critical failure effect has the death. Tempted fortitude. On a critical failure, it dies. Any other results, frightened 2 and fleeing. So it's frightened 2 and fleeing.
Yes.
Fleeing is not forced movement, so it triggers AOs.
Nice.
And then that will be one action, and then Gamma is going to, on Red, make some strikes. Attack the first on Red.
So now it's frightened 3, actually.
Yes, now it's frightened 3, and that'll be a 40 against Red to hit.
It's a pity you are not the particular kind of kitsune that gets HP whenever you frighten someone.
No. 40 to hit them, Matt.
Well, not every time, but yeah. 40 will hit the poisoner.
Okay, 28 Sonic.
28 Sonic. It's a race to see which one of
That'll
these guys
miss.
you kill first. Red's taking a beating, certainly.
Alright, and then I will roll my flat check at the end of my turn to see if I'm still poisoned. I am still poisoned, so I will take 11 points of poison damage. Ooh.
All right. We move on to the Sentinel, who is no longer paralyzed. And he's like, I will complete my mission. And he's going to run up. And he's going to just punch Endures in Darkness twice. Carapace Fist. That will hit. Carapace Fist will fail horribly. Alright, so Endures is going to take the 21. But he is also going to have to take a fort save to avoid being stunned by the staggering blow. Endures fort. That is, I think, a success. So nothing happens because it's exactly what he needed, a 35. He's still gonna take the 21. We move on to Ophelia.
All right. We're gonna keep Bard Song up. We're going to quicken cast in Daze on Blue. Please make me a will save.
I will try my very best. Nope.
Wow. Okay.
And why
So
didn't you roll like that on my scared to deaths, Matt?
Maybe I should do a dice cleanse one.
that'll be a good amount of damage.
Yes, indeed. 80. Hold on. Before Bard Song, it's going to make it into a 45. So that becomes a
90.
lovely round 90.
Oh
And
my
that was on Blue?
Blue and is also stunned 1.
Oh boy. Happens in the action economy is in your favor. Um,
Oh, and I am also gonna shoot him.
okay.
41?
41 will hit actually. These none of these guys have an AC over 40, so
20 DiMaggio.
20 DiMaggio. And here I thought red was going to go down first, but then you just took a huge chunk out of blues, so it is a bit of a race.
What will our
So-
black mage do?
Poisoner.
Oh, did we skip Obby Obby?
Oh,
No, I think we
at
did
least I
actually.
don't think so.
No, because
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right
you
after.
did. You totally did.
We're right
Yeah,
after.
let me roll that check. Sweet, it passes.
All right.
I think I'm
I'm
going to
doing my part.
cast telekinetic maneuver on blue to disarm them.
Oh. Oh, I should mention blue has been mostly punching with their fists.
Yes. Disarm them.
That's not how that works. Just pop, pop.
Well, I could technically levy that against red. Is red
Yes.
using a weapon?
Yes, they're using a kukri.
They're
Okay.
just an ant.
Well, that's a 45 to disarm.
Technically, Bard Song would affect this.
That's true.
What?
37.
Oh, it's an attack roll, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, 48.
Using a spell attack roll instead of an athletics check. So this is against their athletics? It's a contested
It's
athletics
against their, I think, fortitude.
Alright, hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
To be honest with you, I don't use disarm enough to have that memorized.
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
apologize.
So do you use
Against the reflex DC. And this was
Mm,
against
that one.
red. That's the poisoner. Red's reflex DC is 42. So you succeed.
Do I? Oh, I do. Yay! Well, they don't have their weapon anymore.
Their kukri goes flying. Cling, cling, cling. They'd have to both probably. Well, they wouldn't have to move necessarily, but they'll have to at least spend an action to pick it up.
Wait, what?
You know
is-
who's also been disarmed? Kachio. Because they trimmed his nails last night.
Oh, not where I thought you were going with that one.
You have
No, I
You
said
have
disarmed,
dis-
not disballed.
you have disarmed the creature.
You've
Uh,
been disarmed, not that you mind.
all right,
right?
this
Because
poisoner
you
is going to
can
spend 2
snowball
move
so much
actions
more easily.
to get up to Ophelia, and they're going to just do 1 kukri strike. 49 to hit Ophelia.
Wow, that will hit. It will not crit. However, it will trigger. It will trigger. It will trigger a reaction.
Oh,
And he will need to make a will save.
okay.
Yeah.
That's how much he loves.
41.
That is a failure. As a success, and for every minute, every time the target damages you, it can't observe you until the end of its turn.
Oh, hey, do not perceive me.
That is a reaction from Blinding Fury, which is a reaction spell from the staff.
Oh.
Why does that sound like something Diggy would do? After
You're still going to
you
take the 23 slashing damage,
no
though.
longer perceive him.
John Cena. John Cena.
And potentially the 10 persistent poison.
You need fortitude?
Sorry?
What do you need me to roll
Not
fortitude?
yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. And it's actually just like it just adds like persistent damage. It's not even really a poison, so there's not a check involved. There's just the flat check to avoid it continuing. That was Green's turn. We're moving on to Charlotte.
Okay, we're gonna start off by applying another poison to Pito. Has to be the same one. Never mind.
I suddenly had a mental image of you buttering Pito with something.
Is
More
Peter
just
butter
like,
side
drink
up?
this.
I've been thinking a lot about bread recently. I'm really enjoying my loaf of sourdough I got.
Stop with the food. Damn it, Matt.
Sorry, I just love food so much.
There used
Food
to
and I
be
are
a
not allies right now. We
there
kind of hate
used to be a time counter on the stream where we would have like once we talked about food we reset it.
I used my other hero point for that. Because I had the one at the beginning and the one that Crazy gave me. So I'm gonna
Oh.
use her point.
Good job, Crazy.
Well, never
I
mind.
spoke too soon.
Damn it all.
Pito was just a little too heavy. You gave him a little too much poison. He had a little bit of a belly. He ate too good.
Aw,
Oh,
eat
that
chunk.
was
You
much
spoiled
food
Pito.
making
Chunky.
agility difficult.
Chunky
like that.
Pito.
Darn
Fudgy
you.
Pito.
Darn you.
I think you have an action left. Sorry, did you?
I do have an action. And I can't do anything with it, so
You can fire
mean, you
Vito again.
I could second attack. Well,
With Bard Song, that will hit.
will it? Wow, I'm surprised.
Well, remember, nothing here has an AC of higher than 40.
Okay
So,
then. All right then.
That will be a lovely 14 damage. Though I do have to ask, Ophelia, have you been did you do a lingering performance at the start of combat?
No, but I did keep it up.
Okay.
Didn't break concentration. Give me another fort save.
I can do that.
Ignore what it says.
46.
Damn, that saves.
Sorry.
Yeet.
Speaking of that poisoner, they're just gonna try and lay into Gamma this turn. They're gonna do a poisonous
He's
flurry.
fleeing.
Oh right, thank you for reminding me. Now, who casted the? Was it you specifically? Igra did.
I intimidated him.
Okay, so he's gonna flee north or south then. Unless Gamma stops him. He's not going nowhere.
No, technically he just loses that action. So that'll crit. So that'll be 29, 30, 31, 32. So that'll become 64 plus an additional 16. So that's 70, 80 points of damage.
Oof.
That is so satisfying.
And then he
Good
spends
lord.
2 actions running for his life.
Yes. So he gets 80 feet rather than 120.
Yes.
Just making sure I know where that is.
You don't have to come back.
All right. We move into Indars in Darkness, who's just very confused by what's going on.
Stars in darkness.
Indard in Darkness. Let me just think real quick for a second. Oh, wow.
What's wrong, Matt?
Oh.
I'm glad I didn't miss it. So it wasn't a disciple this whole time. It was supposed to be a sentinel.
Which one?
Yeah.
Well,
The middle one.
Matt.
Oh.
Well, maybe you should have made that decision before we started the fight.
It wasn't a decision. I just grabbed the wrong icon. They were so
No
small.
take-backsies.
I'm not taking it back. I'm just like, oh. I don't know. I prefer the disciples.
Hmm.
But anyway.
They're so disciplined.
Well, they've got the cool stunning fist thing. But it's Endur's turn. What am I doing? Endur's is just going to... We would have liked to have finished off Red, but Red's really far away now.
He's got more intensive issues in front of him.
All right. Endur's is just going to back up over here, so he'll be within the umbrella of Gamma's AOs, and is going to do another Electric Arc, because why not? I have a million of them. Success, even if he was frightened 3, which he isn't. So he's going to take half of 32, which is 16. Which puts it down under 3 digits, which is nice. Igra, you're up. It'll be that guy again, or it'll be that guy's turn, and then it'll be Ophelia.
Alright, Gamma's going to stride to here. Choco's going to stride to here.
Oh boy.
And we are now going to Igara Barrage this guy. So Gamma's going to make an attack. So that'll be 53 against their off guard AC.
That'll be a crit.
Okay, so
Oh
that'll be
god.
44.
Oh god, oh no.
So that'll
They're
be
beating him to death.
44 with an additional.
Does anyone remember one of the Ninja
8, so
Turtles movies
48.
where they like
So
smushed
first
someone
strike-
between their shells?
So first strike is
No.
52 points.
Not
of
brutally,
damage.
but
Oh, I was like,
it's all slapstick kind of humor. But
So first strike is 52 points of damage. Second strike is a 48 for 950, 51 against their off guard AC.
I will also crit.
That will be 44 plus 20, so that'll be 64 points of damage.
And the disciple goes down.
oh,
See, Will, you are rolling good.
I'm rolling above a 10.
Yeah.
And that will
have.
strike,
So
strike,
21.
stride. Still technically stride. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
All right, we move on to Ophelia. You've got a poisoner in your face who has taken like no damage, so he's still got quite a bit of health left.
that's okay. He can't observe me for a minute. There's nothing there. He can't see me. He cannot.
Nothing there. Are you saying that Ophelia's a very shallow and person lacking in substance?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay then.
Depends on who you ask.
How dare. Avi, you'll be up next.
How dare. All right, so we're going to keep Bard Song up, and then we're going to quicken casting this Dazed. If he could make me a will save.
Can certainly try. Oh, I can get rid of that stat bar. Will save. Nope.
That is a failure, so he will take that 32 damage. And you are... yeah, just the 32 damage. And then...
Hi, Katyo.
Hi, the baby! Hi, the baby! Oh, I guess I can't shoot him.
He goes, mother.
Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum.
Well, and then I guess I will use my other action to step away.
All right. Yeah, their one reaction is of almost no usefulness against any of you because there's only one of you who attempts to melee strike them, and I don't think poor Gamma has critically failed to melee strike anyone in a long time.
Well, this week.
Yeah. At least against the poisoners. All right, Avi, you are up.
It is my turn, isn't it? All right, Pacho, be free.
Free, my master.
Pacho's like, thank God, this bitch will finally let me know. God, the whole screen has changed since I decided what I was going to do. That's so annoying. I guess I will just move 30 feet in. Oh, well, and I'll roll my roll.
You're good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's all I can do.
That's fine.
I don't have anything that reaches farther than that at this point besides like wish, and that feels like overkill.
All right, we move on to the poisoner. So I guess is there a check involved in the perceiving?
So from what I know, it just says he can't observe me for a minute.
What's the ability called again?
And if I was, then then I am hidden to him.
Okay.
Let me send that in the chat.
Just because I don't think this has come up very often, if at all.
Yeah. Hidden. It knows, it thinks I'm still in that space, but can't tell precisely where I am. It's like use stealth.
fail? Critically fail? I can't recall.
They felt it's for a minute.
No, but did they fail or critically fail?
Just regular failure.
Okay. So, all right.
When seeing a creature using precise senses. So I believe it has to use precise senses to try to see me at all.
Okay, so it's just going to ignore you entirely. It sees a big old frog target. It's going to run up. Gama, you want to take an AO if you can.
Take that. Oh,
Ba-da-dun, dun, 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 dun. 30,
With
35,
Bard Song will
41.
hit.
That'll be 25 points of psionic damage.
Okay. All right, and then he's just going to use his Poisonous Flurry. So, Kukri
Hits.
Kukri.
Misses.
and Mandibles.
Misses.
Mandibles haven't hit at all today. So that's one Kukri,
Found the piping.
22 slashing minus
Awesome.
whatever.
I'm still poisoned. So 33 points of damage in total. Plus 5. So, cool.
No, it's,
No, the plus 5 is my resistance I'm re-adding.
well, no, it's 22 slashing.
Yeah, but I'm still preventing 5 of that damage.
Yeah.
I took
I
my
thought you said
11
33.
I took my 11 poison that I forgot to take at the end of my
Oh.
turn.
Okay. And that ends their turn. We move on to Charlotte.
I'm a magic missile.
Do the one that
Oh,
ran
God.
away if you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
within 120. So,
And
Bard
these
Song.
are all with plus 3. So
All right. 8,
So,
6,
12,
and 6. So 12 plus 8 is 20.
20. Please tell me that takes him out.
Let me see how much red had left. I can't. Yes.
Ace, good job,
As he
Char.
starts to turn around, magic missiles shaped like little spiders just kind of thump, 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 thump. It's like some hitting someone in the movies with a Tommy gun. The squibs go off. Slightly delayed reaction, so it kind of looks fake.
love a good squib. Anyway,
That was 3 actions. We move on
that
to
was the
Endures.
reaction.
Endures is just going to step a little bit closer to make sure he's in range, and he's just going to throw at that good old electric arc, that old black magic. 41 reflex. Let's
Under
see.
2.
Ready for the long haul, folks.
Success. Failure for him, so Endures gets a success. 35 electricity damage.
Nice.
And that's Endures' turn. Whoa, my map went crazy. All right. Igra. Things are turns are gonna start go quicker now.
Yeah, they will. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's just going to be us beating on this poor where
Please do. I'd love for you guys to finish this wave
Reaction.
entirely in the next 9 minutes
Stride.
somehow.
Simple,
Uh,
easy.
Go a little late because we started a little late.
Yeah. Boost. Eidolon
Please,
boost.
Mr. DM, one more story, please.
Not another encounter, please.
The
No.
aristocrats.
Boost the Eidolon. And proceed to come on and jam. Smackdown.
With Bard Song, we'll hit.
40 off guard only.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So because I boosted Eidolon, I'll be 29 attack, 29 damage. Second attack, 45 off guard, which will hit for 40, 25, 26, 27, 28 damage. Am I still poisoned? I'm still poisoned.
Just can't shake the poison.
Nope.
It sounds like a song title.
That's my turn.
Speaking of song titles, Ophelia.
Gonna keep Bard Song up, and then we are going to need a will save from him.
Ophelia, you've been on my
Failure by a lot. Critical failure. Oh, that's gonna be the big one.
1.
So 40
44 damage.
times 2, so 88.
Right. Still
My
up?
favorite number, short of 888.
Is he still up?
Yes, he had a lot of hit points still. Oh,
I rolled pretty bad on my damage.
Yeah, but that crit though, smack smack.
all right. So with Bard Song, that damage is 19 times 2, so that's going to be 28. That takes him below triples.
Damn it!
Let's keep it going, guys. Avi, you want to roll your check?
Yes, I do want to roll my check. Thank you, Matthew. I don't think I'm gonna crit on it, but a 5 will have to do because that's gonna be 41.
Yeah.
Is this guy finally within 30 feet of me?
30 exactly?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to ignore the fact that you're also 30 feet up in the air.
Yes, we are. Thank you,
Yes, we
Matthew.
I just don't want to do it. I don't
Do
want
you-
to.
I
Do you
suppose
wanna
I
do
will just
Pythagoras?
electrical
No.
arc him. If it could make me a reflex save, that would be fabulous. Thank you.
Succeeds, but not critically. So he will take half of the 36 damage, which is 18. All right, we move on to them.
Has 2 actions.
He does, and he's going to use them all for Poisonous Flurry on Gamma again. Kukri the first hits. Kukri the second will not hit. And the Manimals?
Nope.
No, all right. So just 22 slashing and potentially 6 persistent poison.
No, it's still the 11.
Okay.
But yes, I'll take 22. I will subtract 5 from that 22.
All right. Charlotte, you are up.
Cool. Got a lovely little pito for him.
Ooh, lovely little
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little poison friend.
Pito.
Or not.
That's, unfortunately, no.
Try it with a second attack. Or not.
With Bard
That's a
Song, that
40.
will hit.
Bard song, yes.
All right, so that will be a lovely 14 damage just from Pito packing them in the face.
Yep, and I need a fort save.
Fort save. Not their best.
That fails. They get 4 additional poison damage at first stage.
And they're off guard for 1 round.
Noise. All right, we move on to Endures in Darkness, who is just going to keep doing what he's been doing, which has worked fairly well. Electric Arc.
Bizz bizz.
We're at
It's an apple.
Reflex again. Failure, but not critically, so I'll take the full 37 electrical damage. It's a good hit.
Shocking.
Igoroth, bring it home.
Boost Eidolon. And then striking belly bump first. 48 plus 3, 49, 50, 51.
It has been 163 episodes.
Mhm.
To be fair,
We are
with
now on
how
the
many
final book.
books?
Yeah.
Yes, we are in the second to last encounter of the last book.
All on YouTube. for this
Also,
one.
there's been a
Tabletop
fair
Halls.
amount of original content that has wormed its way through the campaign, which is leading into the golden ending.
I'm so excited.
So
have a
Matt,
little faith in your party. I'm sure you can do it.
you got this, Dodo. 51 to hit you, Matthew.
You can choose to ignore the academic research aspect of the campaign if that doesn't interest you.
Remember, kids, if you
Um,
don't like the subsystem Paizo introduces to the AP, you can ignore it.
That is, with a Bard Song, will be a critical hit. Actually, with
Alright.
Off Guard. So,
Off
and
guard and
just
Bard Song.
before you even calculate the damage, he had 20 HP
Well,
left.
Matt, I'm still
22.
going to calculate my damage because it makes me feel good. That's fair then.
That's why we're interested in Frog.
20, so that'll be 23, so that'll become 46. So 46 plus another 18, so that's 60 something damage. And they
Let me
will
ask
be
you this, though, Will.
eviscerated.
What do you do to bugs you find in your house?
Squish them. Still poison them.
Aww. I
I
take
can
him outside.
try
Hey,
and-
hey,
I can
Enders,
try
can
and
we
push
can we
them
get
out
that
if I can.
can we get that moment of renewal
Um,
at this point?
not sure Moment of Renewal gets rid of poison, does it?
No, but it'll boost him back to full.
How much health are you at?
79.
Oh,
79 out of 365.
You're alive, aren't you?
Ah, what? What are you complaining about?
I know
actually,
this
but
is more hit points than Avi Avi has, but
just because this is right before, oh, spoiler warning, right before the last encounter, before you get to get some spell slots back, Endures is going to use Moment of Renewal.
Yay!
So
Thank you,
everyone-
Doors in Darkness.
Yeah,
any
everyone gets
detrimental effects that would be gone after 24 hours. So the poison's gone.
yes, and everyone gets back to their max HP as Endures claps his little mushroom hands together, and you guys suddenly find yourself in sort of like the glowing holographic outline of just a giant, cute cartoon mushroom. Like, it has no substance to it. Every way you look at it, it's almost like no matter what angle you're looking at it, it's a 2D kind of just glowing golden drawing of a mushroom, and you're just like in it.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It's not a real mushroom. It's just a magical representation. It's a glyph.
Yep.
But
Glyph
as
of
we
mushroom.
prepare for the final wave of the spell, I'm just gonna
Oily,
double
oily.
check this. Yes, wave 3. Da, 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 da. Oh, I went down way too far. Third wave arriving a few minutes later. So yeah, you guys will only get the small amount of time to rest again, but with Moment of Renewal, not such a problem.
Does Avi have to roll in between again?
Yes, but we'll do that at the start of next week because this is a whole other wave, so we can't really start this now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So be sure to join us next week as we do the final wave of the second to last combat encounter in the entire campaign.
Wow.
And then we queue up possibly the biggest fight, not in terms of numbers, but in terms of just wow factor in the campaign, because you guys have a very interesting encounter called at the end that I'm just going to tell you the name of, Mind of the King.
Well, thank you all so much. Join us as we topple a monarchy, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.